Schumer.
Shame on the Republican Party for trying to sweep the horrors of that day under the rug because they're afraid of Donald Trump.
Good morning, everyone. USA Radio News.
This is good news, maybe exactly when you need it too. Right now, MediShare is waiving their new member fees. This could save you money on top of all that you'll save each month by becoming a member of MediShare. So many people are looking for a healthcare solution right now, seeing the cost of COBRA plans, for instance, and MediShare is the affordable alternative to health insurance. The typical family saves $500 a month. You might save even more. MediShare is a Christian community that shares each other's healthcare costs, and because of the current economic situation, they're making it easier than ever. Apply by May 30th, and you can save an additional $170 on your first month. I'll give you the number here in a second, and if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Just tell them the promo code SHARE to receive your additional savings. Maybe now is the time to make the switch, like more than 400,000 people already have, and start saving. Here it is. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
The White House announced sanctions on Belarus and a warning not to travel to the country over a diverted civilian Ryanair flight. The Lukashenko regime in Belarus forced the commercial jet headed from Greece to Lithuania to land in Minsk on Sunday and arrested Belarusian journalist Roman Protasevich upon landing. Aviation authorities in Belarus said the flight was diverted to Minsk due to a bomb threat, but the White House said the plane was diverted over false pretenses. The U.S. State Department also issued a Level 4 do not travel warning, urging U.S. citizens to not go to Belarus. The FAA has also warned passenger carriers to exercise extreme caution when flying in Belarusian airspace. The U.S. is also reimposing sanctions against 9 Belarusian state-owned enterprises, which will block U.S. citizens from engaging in transactions with these entities. The Department of Justice and the FBI have been working with European counterparts to investigate the incident. You're listening to USA Radio News.
You've heard me talking about MyPillow for 3 years, folks. It's the truth. I get the best sleep of my life with a MyPillow. You can do it too. 60-day money-back guarantee, 10-year warranty, made in the USA. You'll sleep well or you'll get your money back. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, use my promo code USA, get 2 MyPillow premium pillows for the price of one, or call 1-800-951-8175. Get the best sleep of your life and do it now.
Police are still looking for a suspect in a shooting incident which happened alongside a Los Angeles freeway. With more, here's USA's Lance Pry.
Last week, a 6-year-old boy was shot and killed during an apparent road rage incident in Orange County, California, and the gunman remains at large. Aiden Leos was sitting in a booster seat in the back seat when he was struck by gunfire on the northbound 55 around 8:10 a.m. Pacific. Orange County DA Todd Spitzer on Fox News says they will move heaven and earth to find the culprits.
Let me make something very clear. I introduced myself to this male and female who were in that Volkswagen yesterday. It was my first public statement. And I said, my name's Todd Spitzer. I'm the District Attorney of Orange County, California. I'm not the District Attorney of LA County or the District Attorney of San Francisco. You did your crime in the wrong county, and now you're going to have to face me. I am not one of these woke DAs who just looks the other way on these serious crimes and actually thinks that the shooter is a victim. These people killed a young person in cold blood.
Mr. Spitzer says they're looking for an unusual car for Southern California. It's a white Volkswagen that appears to look like a station wagon. It has a sunroof. A man and a woman were in the car at the time of the shooting. To report something or turn in dash cam video from the 55 freeway on Friday, May 21st, call 1-800-TEL-CHP. From the West Coast USA Radio News Bureau, I'm Lance Pry.
For USA Radio News, I'm Wendy King.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVBF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests. Hey, Joey, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Week in Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro news, here on AM 1530 WVBF. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
Right, Mike? I'll put that up in a second.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Middleboro in Review. Today is May the 30th, 2021. It is Sunday. It is the last Sunday in May. Today, we remember the lives lost in all wars that the United States and the people who were in those wars were involved in. Tomorrow is Memorial Day, so take a minute tomorrow to remember a fallen family member. If a family member you had was in a war and was lost, remember them tomorrow. Tomorrow is Memorial Day. So, Don, you have some thoughts about Memorial Day?
Yes, remember them all the men and women who sacrificed their lives for this great nation. It's just not a day off. It's a day in memory of them. So think about it. Educate yourself on what this country's gone through. Always try to do something to better yourself for the people who sacrifice themselves. Because they sacrifice themselves for you, me, everyone else, your neighbor, whole country. And this holiday is for them. So, yeah, it's very important. It's the best country in the world. And it's because of the veterans who sacrificed their lives.
Okay, we have a interesting show for you today. We have a lot of topics. We'll talk about the food pantry again. The food pantry is offering drive-through services when it comes to giving food to veterans. So we're going to talk about that. The next one that they're going to have, this drive-through, will be June the 15th, which will be the third Tuesday of the month. Next week, we hope to have a representative from the food pantry. Actually, 2 representatives, possibly, from the food pantry to call in next week. So, we'll give more information during the week and confirm that. But we hope to have 2 people calling in next week from the food pantry to talk more about the drive-through service and to talk about some other things that might be going on with the food pantry as well as we enter the summer months. I know summer is little less than a month away now. I think about 3 weeks away. So we are fastly approaching summer. So, like I said, today is the last Sunday of the month. Today also is the last Sunday that I will be 21 years old. I have a birthday on Saturday, so that's exciting. I'll be 22 on Saturday.
Be a cupcake. Can I fit 22 candles on one cupcake? Cupcake.
So, so next week will be June the 6th. First Sunday in June. Also, another day to remember, and another day to remember D-Day as well. So we'll talk a little bit more about that next week. We have that coming up next week, along with what I just mentioned as well. So we have a good show for you next week. But what we have today, like I said, the food pantry, let's talk a little bit about that. So beginning in April, the Sacred Heart Food Pantry has been cooperating with the Middleboro Veterans Services Department to furnish food boxes for local veterans. The Greater Boston Food Bank provides the mailboxes. The food pantry will be operating a drive-through distribution service once a month. It is held on the third Tuesday of the month, so June the 15th will be the third Tuesday of June, from 11 a.m. to noon. And it will continue until at least the fall. What I believe the fall means is September. It could go longer than that. I haven't heard as of yet. All veterans and their families from Middleboro, Lakeville, Rochester, and Carver are eligible to use this service. Veterans do not need to pre-register, just drive in and pick up a box. The Sacred Heart Food Pantry is located at 53 Oak Street in Middleboro. Go into the municipal parking lot behind the food pantry from the Pearl Street entrance. So that is coming up on the 15th of June.
I think one thing to remember as far as the food pantry, even though the pandemic is going in the right direction, and I think it's definitely going to beat the pandemic, the economical, unfortunate, the economical problems that people have because of it is going to continue. Because now a lot of the people lost their jobs because of it. Now they have to, now the economy needs to get going again. These people need to go back to work and get back on track. It's going to take a while to get back on track, and I think it's more important to keep the pantry going. I mean, even though we're coming out of the midst of the pandemic, economically, we're still, in tough shape, I think. For a lot of people, it's still in tough shape. I know a lot of restaurants that probably did not reopen. A lot of businesses probably did not reopen. They kind of need to adjust everything and just figure everything out now. So I think people still need help, so I think the pantry's really made its mark during this pandemic, and I think it's only going to get stronger and be there for more people and more people. So they do a real good job, and I'm really impressed when they call. I think Ray called and someone else called last year or whatnot, but I think it's something good we talk about. I'm glad you picked it up. You picked that up on your own. You didn't get any help from anybody. That was your brainchild to talk about that, get the commercials going.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much you. It's your staple at this radio station as far as pushing that particular. I'd say pushing it. I'm not sure. Sure, other people have been to talk about. There's other shows about Middleboro, but I mean, you've really pushed it. It's kind of been your passion, and I think you've helped a lot of people in that part, being radio host, local radio station. Your voice is getting out there, and you got the information to the people, and making them feel a little more comfortable, I think. And you got a nice soothing voice too. Probably, I'd buy a snowball off you if I was in Alaska. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to open up the phone lines for today's program to ask one question, and it is about the Massachusetts Highway Exit Renumbering Project. So it's been going on for a couple of months now. I talked about this in October when it started up. It's now May, so we're about 9-10 months removed from that. We're closing in on the end of it being completed, and some of the local highways have already been done.
A lot of them
for a while now.
I think most of them.
And so, this question, I want to know from the audience what you think is better, the old way of doing just the number of exits, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, or the mile marker way that we are in now. What has been easier for you to remember? So let us know. The number is 508-822-1106. Again, 508-822-1106.
You want my opinion?
Yes, I do want your opinion.
I can't call in. But
yes,
if I was to call in, I'd
yeah.
say, personally, I really don't go by numbers. I just go by routes because I know the area. But you gotta consider people who don't know the area. I think locally, it's for local people, it's not good. For some people, you go down 24. You've been driving down 24 for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, some people, every day. And they just know that Stoughton is a certain exit and whatnot. So they got to learn it all over again. It's going to take years and years and years. So I just think They put the formerly signs up too, the yellow signs on the board, formerly, exit 19A. So that helps that they did that. And then when they take them down, hopefully people learn. But personally, I just think it's a big waste of money. They gotta replace all these signs. How much millions of dollars? It's just they put the money towards something else. They put the money towards veterans programs. They put the money towards the poor. Instead, they gotta realign the expressway. With numbers. I mean, I don't with the mile marker.
So my thoughts on it is, I don't take the highway as much. I've taken it once, but I've seen the change already. I've been on the highway with other people in the car, and it's a little confusing. Yes.
Well, you gotta know them now. You just gotta know the mile markers, which I think everyone has because the mile markers have been up. There's a couple things I thought very dumb that they did. Okay, first of all, they set up the mile markers, and they call them mile marker for a reason. Every mile is a marker, and now it's every 2/10 of a mile. Massachusetts has. I guess that's all right. You go to some other states, it's every 10th of a mile. There's a mile marker. It's a lot of signs. So whoever got the contract for the signs he's loving it, loving life. So I don't know. It's just like, really need to have a mile marker every 10th on the highway or every 2/10 on the highway? Massachusetts every 2/10.
Yeah.
Every 2/10.
In some areas, I've seen it every 10th.
And it's still confusing too, because if you run down, you go over the Bourne Bridge, technically on 25 west now, okay, and those mile markers start high from I think it's like, I don't know, maybe it's 10.5 miles or whatnot, and that goes down until you get to 195, and then when 25 goes under 195, that road terminates and 195 starts, and now you're going 495 north. So 25, the mile markers go down to 0, and then they both 0. So if anybody run under 195 heading, from the Cape, you'll see mile marker 0, 2 mile marker zeros.
Yeah.
And then you start going up on the miles.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know why they just don't make 25 part of 495.
So again,
I don't. It's just confusing.
If anyone wants to call in and give their opinion on this, 508-822-1106 is the number. Let's give the weather report real quick before we take a break. It's 7:20, so let's do this weather report real fast. 49 degrees currently in Middleboro. Cloudy today. Some more rain in the forecast, unfortunately. 53 degrees today for the high, 49 for the low. So we're at the low already at 7:20 a.m. in the morning here. Monday, 61 degrees and more rain in the forecast. 48 for the high, for the low. And then finally, we get back into the nice weather on Tuesday, 77 degrees, which will feel nice after these past couple of days of not so warm weather. We finally get some nice weather on Tuesday, 77 degrees, partly sunny in Middleboro. On Taunton's weather here, we have the same weather, 78 on Tuesday, so a little bit warmer for Taunton. In Driscoll, North Dakota, 42 for the lower, close to the low. We're close to the low in Driscoll, North Dakota. The low is 39 today. It's currently 42. 73 for the high today.
In Driscoll, North Dakota.
And that is Driscoll, North Dakota. And it is no rain in the forecast.
In Driscoll, North Dakota.
At all in North Dakota. Driscoll, North Dakota, yes.
Yeah. You have to say that every time because people think...
And I have been.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
First of all, not to interrupt. First of all, I don't think when people in the Taunton area really care what the weather is. It's something that you do.
It's something that I came up with.
You really have to just tell people because they click on right now and you say it's 39 degrees. They're looking at it. I was like, what? What are you talking about? So that's okay.
Driscoll, Texas, 73 degrees, 88 for the high. And on Monday, 89, Tuesday, 89, and then the rest of the week, rain. So, if you live in Driscoll, Texas, get outside now. Get outside and enjoy that sun, because after Tuesday, it's gone for a while. At least until next Sunday.
Wouldn't that be cool if we got an advertisement in Driscoll, Texas, listening company? That would be like a prop, huh?
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
A tourism industry or something like that. Broadcasting on a Taunton, Massachusetts radio station. What's that like? I don't know, 1,700 miles, 2,000 miles away, whatever.
Very far away, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just fun.
All right, 7:23 a.m. currently. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, we're going to talk about the Alley Theater. The Alley Theater has an event coming up the 4th and the 5th of June. So next Friday and Saturday, we'll talk about that a little bit. We'll talk about the Memorial Day events coming up. There'll be no parade, but there still will be some events. So we'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk about sports, Celtics, Bruins, Revolution, Red Sox, and others. So we'll talk a lot about that as well when we return here on Middleboro in Review. You're listening here on 99.7 FM, 1530 AM. Tune in. 1530 AM WVBF. You'll find us. Audio now, 605-562-7958. We will be right back here on Middleboro in Review for May 30th, 2021. It's not raining yet, so that's a good thing. It will be later, sadly. Okay. Let's get this going here.
Williams Trading Post, serving the residents of Middleboro since 1949, is a proven garden center and antique shop. They have everything you need for the spring months. They sell garden supplies, fruit trees, hanging baskets, and much more. They are open Monday to Wednesday, 10 to 5, Thursday through Sunday, 9 to 5. Visit them at 556 Wareham Street or call 508-947-1598.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance. Or simply to say thank you
June
and
1st is Tuesday.
from nearly all 50 states and living abroad.
So we're going to do another month
Many members continue
coming
to
up
serve
shortly.
in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a non-profit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association
Paul.
and how
Paul
you
is.
can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
Hi, this is Ray Brown, inviting you to tune in to Talkin' Birds, a show about wild birds, birding, and conservation. On WVBF, broadcasting from the Taunton Federal Credit Union Studios.
I think I have to talk to Nicoronomo coming up in a couple of weeks.
How's that in a month?
Mornings at 8 and Sunday mornings at 9. Here on
Didn't I sign him up at the middle of the month?
No, you really didn't get his commercials going for 2 weeks later. He didn't get his commercials going until almost May 1st.
Spark Street Auto Body.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Alright.
It took you 2 weeks to get his commercials going.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I got it.
Why?
I got it.
Service for your car.
So the end of the end of next month,
Everything's up at the end of the...
the end of the end of June. Okay. All right, I get it.
Martha's done until, so you're not gonna see her.
Yeah.
So you gotta see what. Tom.
So I gotta talk to Nick.
And we gotta go get a check off Tom tonight.
Yeah, we gotta get off check from Tom.
And you want to get him started by June 1st. Get his commercials going by next Saturday, Sunday.
Yes. Okay. Ooh.
Hurry up.
Hold up. Gotta stop talking.
Yeah. Stop.
Yeah.
Hope you can join me every Sunday from noon to 2 o'clock here on WVBS.
And Spark Street. So when they're done at the end of next month. What?
What two commercials do you do this hour?
Spark and William Strating.
So you do Nicoronomo next hour?
Nicoronomo is next hour, yes.
WVBF 1530 Taunton, Middleboro, and on the internet at hometowntalkradio.com.
Alright. Back. And we're back here on Middleboro in review.
Yeah, review.
The review. So, a little bit of a TV recommendation for anyone who might be interested.
This weekend, especially, because there's not much outdoor activities going on. A lot of people are going to be watching the TV this weekend.
The Paramount Network has a show called Yellowstone, and I think it's pretty cool. Yellowstone, it features Kevin Costner, who has been in a lot of great films, like Draft Day. One of his best, of course, is The Guardian, which features Ashton Kutcher, which is amazing.
Waterworld.
Yes, a lot of great films. A lot of great films that he has been in. So Yellowstone is an interesting one. An interesting TV show. Pretty much the premise is it follows the Dutton family, who are the owners of the largest ranch in the United States. The plot revolves around the family and the drama and the bordering native reservations and national parks. So yesterday was season 1, that they were replaying season 1 because they're preparing to air season 4 coming up in June. So
you got hooked? What?
Yeah, I got hooked immediately.
How many episodes you guys watch? I know you guys were watching it yesterday.
There was, I believe, 10
you watched
in
10?
season 1. Yes.
How many episodes do you watch?
I think I watched all 10 of them. Yeah, so I got hooked pretty quickly.
Wow.
It's a very good show, very well done.
Is it there's one scene where people are walking around on this land like a tourist bus?
Yes.
The one?
Yeah.
And they're walking up to the bear or something like that?
Yeah.
The tourist. And
yeah.
he's telling the tourist, you got to get off my property. And they're saying people, shouldn't have. And they're walking up, and so he pulls out all the shotgun and shoots in the air, and they all run back to the bus.
Yeah, so
I've seen
it's a very interesting show, and I think a lot of people might be interested in it. A lot of people know who Kevin Costner is. There's some other notable actors in there as well. So it's an interesting show, and I thought I should...
You got hooked.
I thought I should recommend it to everyone.
You watched all 10, huh?
Yes, I watched all 10, and...
I'm going to put it down.
Yeah.
There used to be a show I used to watch, and I kind of put it down, but it used to be a show called it was on the TNT network, and it was called The Ship.
Yes, yep. You always talk about it, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't get you to go watch it, though.
Yeah, I know.
It was really
a little stubborn.
Good.
I was a little stubborn.
Yeah. That was
but it is a good show. I've seen a couple of episodes.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Another good show that I immediately got hooked on was Vikings on the History Channel. I haven't watched it in a while. I can't really get it anywhere anymore, so I haven't been able to catch up on it. And also Gotham. When Gotham came out as well, I was also hooked on it. That came out on Fox. But I've since forgotten about it. I haven't been able to rewatch. But just wanted to mention that might be interesting if anyone gets the Paramount Network. That might be an interesting show to check out.
I think a
this
lot of
weekend.
families are hanging around and there's not much outside activities going on, so they're probably hanging around the house and watching TV and just relaxing. So
I will say it's not 100% a family show, so don't.
Well, yeah, it's for, you know.
Yes, don't let your young kids watch it.
Yeah, only 12.
But it's still a good show.
Yeah, it's just the violent side, right?
It's
not
a little violent, but it is a interesting show
Right.
when it comes to the topics that I talk about. All right.
Oh, it's real.
It's real.
It's real.
It's
I mean,
real. Like
you can't not have that. I mean, some things they do in the movie.
a lot of TV series today, in my opinion, they lack the realism, and this show has a lot of the realism. So that's why I like it so much. So that's a recommendation for some of our audience to listen to, to watch.
I'll go stream Kelly's Heroes with Donald Sutherland.
Kelly's Heroes is another good show as well. There's a lot of good shows that are going to be on, of course, this weekend.
Yeah.
And they're on every weekend. I think this week they aired, they've been airing, I think MeTV does this. They air a lot of the Andy Griffith shows, and Andy Griffith it's a great show. Andy Griffith's a great actor. He's good in Matlock. Matlock, I'm sorry. Yeah. Matlock, he's good in Matlock, which is a great show.
There's another show that most people forgot, okay? And I used to love it when I was a kid. It came out in 1979. It was called Salvage One, okay?
I heard about it, yeah.
Okay, he was he was a junk dealer, and he built a rocket ship and went and got all the stuff off the moon. It was the adventures of Salvage One. It was great. I love the concept of it because in some episodes they ended up rescuing a couple of astronauts, who were in trouble and they couldn't rescue him, so they had to call him. NASA had to call him, and he launches the rocket from his junkyard and it lands. It doesn't land in the water. It lands back in the. It's just like. Good old Yankee engineering. I really liked the show. It was I'm not sure how many seasons was on it. I think it was like 2 or 3 seasons. I think it got canceled, but I really liked it. It was different. It was outside the box. And Andy Griffith was in it, and I'm not sure who else was in it. So maybe Lee Merriweather. I don't know. She was on Barnaby Jones, but whatever. I love those shows. They don't make them like that anymore.
Okay, quick sports update, and then. Our last segment, we're going to talk a little bit about the Alley Theater and also the Memorial Day events coming up. And we'll have the Today in History as well. We have some pretty important Today in Histories on May 30th to talk about. One in particular as well. So we'll talk about that towards the end of the show. But quick little sports segment. The Celtics. Game 4 is tonight against the Brooklyn Nets. They take on the Brooklyn Nets, Game 4. And they look to tie the series after winning Game 3. A close Game 3, I believe it was. 125 to 119. Yeah, so pretty close. So Game 4, they hope to tie it. So we'll see tonight. Bruins. Off to a good start in round 2. I think they are well on their way. If David Pastrnak continues to play the way he played last night, the Bruins are well on their way to a Stanley Cup final. I wouldn't say Stanley Cup championship, but definitely Stanley Cup final. They have to get past Tampa. Tampa is a very tough team right now. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're still in it, the Lightning. I would at least think so. Yes, they are. They're still in it. They're in a second round matchup with the Hurricanes. So round 2 for the Lightning starts. And I think they'll breeze through that series rather quickly. I don't think the Hurricanes are anywhere near the Lightning unless the Hurricanes surprise us and beat the Lightning. Like I believe it was one of the teams a couple years ago that beat the best record team in the league, the Lightning, at the time, a couple of years ago, in the first round. I don't think it's going to happen again. I think the Lightning have learned from those mistakes. So that might be a quick series. Sorry, Hurricanes fans. I think that might be a quick series for that team. I think the Lightning are well on their way to a Eastern Conference final. I think they're on a collision course with the Bruins because they seem to be doing very well against the Islanders. If David Pastrnak continues to play the way he has been and the team continues to play the way that they have been, they are well on their way to the Eastern Conference final. And if they play well against the Lightning, which they have before, I think they can make it to the Stanley Cup. Win it? I don't know, because there are other teams in the West that are very, very good. The Golden Knights are one of them. I think they're still in it as well. Yeah, they're in it. They're in round 2 against the Avalanche. Avalanche is good too. So that's going to be a good series. The Revolution beat FC Cincinnati, Football Club Cincinnati, 1-0. And their next game will be the 19th of June against New York City Football Club. And then the 23rd of June against the New York Red Bulls. So a back-to-back games with New York. So they'll have back-to-back matches with New York's football teams, soccer teams. The Red Sox continue a series with the Miami Marlins this afternoon, weather permitting. I don't know if the rain, I don't know if it's going to rain enough to stop the game or delay it, but I don't think it rained enough to delay the game yesterday. I believe that game still happened. So the series continues, and we will see what happens. They're off to a good start. 2 straight wins. They look to continue that and sweep the Marlins. So we'll see what happens this afternoon. And then they start off in a 4-game series with the Houston Astros after that. And I get to watch baseball on my birthday. And probably one of the best matchups, the Red Sox versus the Yankees, will take place in a 4-game series, I think? No, 3-game series with the Yankees during the weekend of my birthday. So some good baseball to look forward to for me. All right. So that is sports, and it is 7:40. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk about the Alley Theater. There's a couple events going on. Again, the Memorial Day events. Like I mentioned earlier, there is no parade, but there will still be events tomorrow to talk about. And we'll talk about our Today in History. We have a lot of Today in Histories to talk about, a lot of important ones that were major events in world history. So we'll talk about that when we return here on Middleboro in Review for May 30th, 2021. Alright, we're good. 7:40.
7:40, is it? Now?
That's it? What do you mean that's
No,
it?
I mean,
It's been going by pretty quick.
No, I'm saying, no, usually I thought it'd be like 5 hours. Usually flies.
It has been, I think, so far.
Nicoronomo Landscape Supply, located at 457 Wareham Street in Middleboro, Massachusetts, just off of Route 28 and 495, is the place to go for all your landscaping needs. They supply stone, mulch, firewood, loom, granite, and seashells. They also have certified playground wood chips. Call 508-947-5363 to order and schedule a delivery.
There we go.
COVID-19 vaccines can be our chance to get back to our plans, who we are, what we miss, to get back to each other, to life. But it's okay to have questions, like, how were the vaccines tested? In rigorous clinical trials among adults of diverse backgrounds. Can the vaccines give you COVID-19? You cannot get COVID-19 from a vaccine. Why should I get vaccinated? Protecting yourself also helps protect the people around you.
I'll do a little program reminder for everyone next here. What's coming up on WVBF for May 30th, the last day of May for WVBF programming, because we will be off the air tomorrow.
Veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance.
And then we'll be back on Tuesday, which is June the 1st.
We have members from nearly all 50
But
states and living abroad.
we'll get into that
Many
when we
members continue to
return.
serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a non-profit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more
Thank you,
about
Scott.
the Veteran Motorcycle
Good morning, Scott. How are you?
how you can join or support.
Morning, Scott.
Please visit cvma2-2.org.
Alright.
St. Vincent de Paul of Sacred Heart Church in Middleboro serves the residents of the towns of Middleboro, Lakeville, Carver, and Rochester. Our base of operations is in the lower level of the parish hall on Oak Street, directly across the street from Sacred Heart Church in downtown Middleboro. At this time, we serve approximately 500 families in our service area, and many of them come to us for various types of aid. This can take many forms and include many of the following programs: utilities and rent assistance, agency referrals, clothing and furniture vouchers, and temporary lodging. For more information, go to svdbmiddleboro.org. May the good Lord bless you and keep you safe.
Yep. And we're back here on Middleboro in Review. We have 15 minutes left on the show. So let's talk about a couple more events and things going on around Middleboro and surrounding areas. Let's talk about the Alley Theater. So, original Broadway cast member of Hamilton, Thane Jasperson, will be singing a one-man show entitled Broadway in the Borough on Friday, June 4th, on the patio at Alley Theater in downtown Middleboro. The bartending service of New England will be offering beverages at 6 p.m. The show begins at 6:30 p.m. The Alley Theater is located at 133 Center Street in Middleboro. Thane has been working with students at the Birtwood School of Performing Arts, the Alley Theater, on Zoom during the pandemic, preparing for the Broadway reopening. He is stopping through Massachusetts before heading back to New York during the late summer. Thane will perform a variety of Broadway show tunes, classic radio sing-alongs through the decades to current pop hits. $30 per person are ticket prices. On Saturday, June 5th, Thane is offering an in-person masterclass for students. They will learn a dance combination from the musical Hamilton. The 10 a.m. class is for ages 6 to 18, and the 12:30 p.m. class is for 18 and up. The 12:30 p.m. class is for ages 18 and up. Each class is $130 per person. Space is limited. Email bertwoodschool@aol.com for tickets to Broadway in the Borough or the master class. With signs the pandemic is winding down, the Middleboro Veterans Council is cautiously moving forward with the Memorial Day event at the Veterans Memorial Park on Monday, tomorrow, May 31st at 10 a.m. There will be no parade due to social distancing requirements, which were in place when the holiday event was in planning. Part of this year's observances will be a special ceremony honoring the memories of 10 Grand Marshals who were members of the Middleboro Honor Guard prior to their passing. They are being recognized for honoring of fellow veterans at their funerals and burials. Middleboro's Veterans Honor Guard honors the lives of local veterans at the time of their passing. The Honor Guard performs a 21-gun salute, the playing of taps, and folding and presenting of the burial flag to the family of the deceased. The group also participates in other veteran-related events and celebrations throughout the years. Being recognized for their service to country and town are World War II veterans Russell Pitsley, Adrian Haynes, Korean War veterans Norman Record, Richard Ray, Walter Campbell, Vietnam veterans Herman Butch Battle and Bob Jordan, and peacetime veterans Charlie Griffin and Joseph Walsh, along with others, will be honored tomorrow at the Memorial Day events. All right. We have next, volunteers recently placed flags at the Namasket Hill Cemetery. This was from a couple of weeks ago. The Namasket Hill Veterans Trust volunteers put out new flags for the veterans buried at Namasket Hill Cemetery. Also, Armed Forces Day, which is when they put out the flags. It was a perfect day to get together to honor the more than 650 veterans buried in the cemetery, going back to King Philip's War, in preparation for Memorial Day. The volunteer group was always looking for any information for any veteran buried at Namasket Hill. If you know someone without a medallion or want to share a story of a veteran there, please reach out to nhcvets@aol.com. So, a lot of great things are happening with pertaining to, as we are in a Memorial Day, a lot of great honoring of people who have served this country. And that's a really good thing that we are honoring our veterans here in town of Middleboro, and also in other towns as well. Don, your thoughts on all this?
It's good that, the parade obviously needs, months and months of planning, so that's probably why they can't have it. Same as the Crazy Days, I think, too. You need to plan that ahead. But
yes, and I believe I heard, I was looking at town manager's Facebook page. I believe there will be 4th of July events. The carnival will be back. And I noticed something on the Crazy Days. I'm not 100% sure on this.
I wanted to ask you about that.
I believe Crazy Days is not happening this year, but will be happening next year.
I wanted to ask you about Crazy Days.
Yeah, so let me look that up real quick. I can give everyone.
No. It's just a question to you, Joe. Really.
Yeah.
Crazy Days is pretty successful. It's in August.
Yes.
But you know why they don't do it in October? I mean, it's really hot in August.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe they can't do it in October. I don't know.
Let's see.
They normally don't do it. I mean, there's no holidays in August at all. It's not one holiday in August. So and they do it. What they do it like Friday, Saturday, or whatnot. But I don't know.
Yeah. So 4th of July events will be back. So there will be carnival and things like that. However, Crazy Days will not return until next year.
Yeah, they need a year.
They need a year to plan. So
we should reach out to
it did not happen. It's not going to happen this year, but it will be happening next year.
You know what might be a good idea is reach out to. They have so many volunteers with Crazy Days. Maybe try to reach out to somebody who organizes it and maybe get them on the show. Or maybe talk about Crazy Days and the success of Crazy Days. The timing. There's got to be something behind the timing. I mean, I'm sure they've all sat down in their meetings and said, well, why not do it in October? We can do it in May. We can do it in June. But they decided in August. What do they have, like 4 or 5 of them already or something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's what they just decided on doing, having in August.
I'm not knocking it, but it's hot. It's hot in August.
Yeah, I know it. I've trust me, I know. I've been in it. It is hot. Yeah. Okay. Real quick, one more story here to end today. So the city of Taunton has broke ground at the municipal airport in Taunton on a new commercial administration building project that includes a restaurant that will serve the general public, airport tenants, and visitors. Our airport is a special place in our community, and it is with excitement that we begin the process of building the new administration building, the Airport Commission and MA Department of Transportation said, have been excellent partners to work with in bringing this project to fruition, Mayor Shauna O'Connell said in a written statement. The groundbreaking ceremony Friday was attended by local officials, state officials, the Airport Commission, and representatives from Mass DOT. There has been a decline in airport use over the years due to the lack of services available at the airport. A statement from the mayor's office said that's what was part of it in there.
It's all private.
The new administration building will open the city to global possibilities by providing new jobs and the opportunity for new types of businesses to base their operations once modernization efforts have been completed, the mayor's office also said. The city currently collects approximately $131,000 annually in commercial taxes from the airport, according to the mayor's office. And it goes on a little bit. You can find this article in the Taunton Daily Gazette. So, dining at the airport. That sounds like something that's going to be an exciting thing for the future.
People look out the window and play and watch. Maybe the mayor is just thinking about up in the game for the airport, because Plymouth Airport's pretty big.
Yes.
You go by Plymouth Airport, there's a lot going around there, and then you have Hyannis Airport, which is pretty big. I mean, all the planes head out to the Vineyard. Actually, there's a couple of companies that run out of there. Maybe they're looking for some companies to run out of there. Maybe people will want to fly to, from here out of Taunton to the Vineyard. That would be ideal, instead of driving, dealing with the bridges. I mean, there's a lot of people who fly to the Vineyard and Nantucket. They really do. Instead of the ferry and go, they go to Hyannis and they fly out of Hyannis, or they fly out of Marshfield. So, I'm not sure about New Bedford. I have no clue. I know they got one, a little airport. But I think the mayor wants to get Taunton into the game.
Yeah.
Why not Taunton?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Taunton, quick ride. I mean, it's right here. I mean, if you're coming from Providence, and unless you fly out of Providence, but that might be a little bit more money from TF Green to. But I don't know, just trying to make it more marketable. Maybe a carrier, maybe Cape Air or something might will move in over there. That they run out of. I'm just guessing, but I mean, I think the mayor's trying to up the game over there. I saw the runway. That's a big long runway. That's good size.
Yeah. So it should be exciting to see what happens in the future with the airport.
They got plans. I mean, put a restaurant there. They must have some plans.
All right. Today in history, we have some important today in histories today, or one in particular, and that is this one. During the 100 Years' War, 1431, in Rouen, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, Rouen, France, the 19-year-old Joan of Arc is burned at the stake by an English-dominated tribunal. The Roman Catholic Church remembers this day as the celebration of St. Joan of Arc. 1899, Pearl Hart, a female outlaw of the Old West, robs a stagecoach 30 miles southeast of Globe, Arizona. And in 1922, the Lincoln Memorial is dedicated in D.C. Birthdays today, we have Clint Walker, who is an American actor and singer. 1972, Manny Ramirez, one of the most famous Red Sox players of the more modern era. Manny Ramirez, kind of after leaving the Red Sox, he kind of disappeared a little bit. He went to play, I believe, in Japan, or no, not Japan, maybe Korea, either Japan or Korea. He went to play there for a couple of years, and then I believe retired. So he disappeared a little bit after leaving the Red Sox. I think he played for one other MLB team. I'm not sure who it was. Maybe the Dodgers. I'm not 100% sure. I have to look it up. But he was a great player for us and helped bring in a lot of wins for our team. He helped out a lot. As the team was in its World Series winning ways at the time. Deaths on this day. Milton Bradley, American businessman, founded the Milton Bradley Company. And Wilbur Wright, American pilot and businessman. He co-founded the Wright Company with his brother. All right, 8 a.m. and we'll be saying goodbye today. We'll be saying goodbye to May. Next week will be June the 6th. We'll have another great show for you. Until then, have a great week, everyone.
Have a great week, everybody. Good show.
Bread of Life coming up. We have Do It God's Way is today's program. Just remembered I forgot to do the program schedule. I did not say it over the air that I was going to do it, but I did say it over here that I was going to. But next is Bread of Life. And after that, Rosary, 9 o'clock, Talking Birds, 9:30, Keys of the Kingdom, 10 o'clock, Edna Isaac, All on God, 11 o'clock, the program for Musical Odyssey today, Otto Kempfler, and then Sounds of the Emerald Isle at noon, and Stand Up Strong will be coming up as well, so tune into that on WVBF, either on the radio or on TuneIn. So, see you guys later. Bye-bye.